Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a food haul. I have not filmed one of these videos in so long, but I got a Tesco delivery over the weekend and I figured I would just sit down and share with you guys what I picked up. I probably do these online orders about once a month or so because you have to spend £40 to get them and I don't spend £40 on a weekly basis. So I usually use these shops to kind of get all my bulk items, anything that's sort of like dry and it will keep, and anything that's heavy and I'm not going to want to lug from town in my backpack. So a lot of this stuff will last me for the whole month, and then things like fresh bits I will top up each week. All of this stuff I think is pretty affordable. I live fairly affordably. Even though I'm no longer a student, I still pretty much eat on a student budget. So I feel like this is quite a cheap food haul. I'm also vegan, so all of this stuff is vegan. Also, as a quick disclaimer, a lot of this stuff has plastic. I'm trying to cut down my plastic as much as possible, but when doing an online order that is pretty much impossible. So I'm trying to, where I can, when I do sort of my top-up shops, to go to more marketplaces and places that I can avoid getting plastic. But this haul definitely has a lot of plastic, so if you're not into that, don't watch, because there is a lot of plastic in this video, which is a pain, but I am working on it. Also, as a quick second disclaimer, I know I'm rambling already, but if I look so shiny, it is because today is literally the hottest day in February I think that has ever happened ever. It's like 17 degrees, which I just think is mad. It's also currently my lunch break from work, so I've kind of like sped walked home so I can sit down and film this, and then after I film this I'm gonna have to speed walk back to work. So that might explain also why I look so shiny. But yeah, I'm just gonna crack on with the things I picked up. I'm gonna start with the frozen stuff because that is currently defrosting on my floor next to me. I'm going to start with the most exciting purchase, and actually the thing that kind of encouraged me to do this online shop, which is not good at all. But I picked up some vegan magnums. As you can see, the box has been destroyed because I've put them in the freezer individually to save space. But these are the vegan almond magnums. They are so good. This was sort of like my treat item for this shop, because this isn't necessarily like an affordable food thing, nor is it healthy, but it is so good. If you're vegan and you've not tried these, I urge you to. They are the best, and when I bought these they were on offer. 2 boxes for £4, which is honestly the biggest deal in the world because they're £3.89 normally. So I pretty much got a whole box for, is that 11p? I don't know, can't do the maths, but very cheap. So that's why I grabbed 2 of these boxes, because I need them in my life. And if the weather's going to be like this in February, I feel like I need to be stocking up on the ice creams. I then picked up a couple of healthier freezer items. So I got some frozen fruit. These were on an offer for £3 for £5, I'm pretty sure. I used to get these giant bags of frozen berries, which were like the perfectly imperfect berries, which I'm pretty sure was £3.75 for a kilogram, and I don't think Tesco sells them anymore. Literally, they are never online when I go to place an order, which is so annoying because this is far more expensive, and even though the other ones are like imperfect, they still taste the exact same. But anyway, I got 3 bags of these. So I got blueberries, I got strawberries, and then I also ordered mango because I've got a bunch of spinach that I need to use up, and I figured mango and spinach smoothies sounds pretty good, but they didn't have any mango, so they replaced it with some mixed fruits, which isn't quite the same, but it will do. I'm sure I will use it in something. I then picked up a couple of their frozen meat alternatives. I did get some vegan mince, but they also didn't have that in stock, so they replaced it with corn mince, which isn't vegan, so I sent that back. Also very annoying because I had lots of meals planned this week that used that mince, so not ideal. Thanks a lot, Tesco. But the other things that I picked up was some vegan chicken pieces and also some vegan sweet potato falafel. So these are usually in a £3 for £4 deal, hence why I got the mince as well. But I love this stuff. These chicken pieces I just use in everything. Fajitas, chicken pie. They're just so good, so versatile, so quick and easy to cook, and I think they taste really good. So I always pick up these whenever I do an order from Tesco. And then I also picked up these falafels, which I haven't actually ordered since living here, but I am trying to get some more like inspiration for lunch ideas for work. and I thought maybe I could cook some of these up to put in a wrap or something. I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago I used to get these while I was at uni, so I'm pretty sure they are nice and I'm sure they'll make for a good lunch. Final two freezer bits aren't actually from the freezer section, but I have since put them in my freezer, if that makes sense. But I got a loaf of bread. This is their Farmhouse wholemeal thick sliced bread, and I think it's like a smaller loaf. As you can see, I have already eaten a few of these slices. This was 50p, I'm pretty sure. It's just bread, pretty standard. I always keep my bread in the freezer because I don't get through it quick enough, and it's really nice just to have it in there if I need toast or anything. So grab that. And then the other thing that I picked up was a garlic bread. These are so good and so cheap, and they're accidentally vegan. So this was only 32p, which is an absolute bargain, and it tastes amazing. And yeah, I love garlic bread, so I picked one up. Okay, so I just shoved the stuff back in the freezer because it was making my carpet rather wet. But I'm now going to move on to the fridge items that I picked up. So the first couple of things that I got are some vegan yogurts. I never used to really buy these that often. They can be kind of expensive, and I didn't really used to eat them that much before. But I've recently got into having overnight oats for breakfast every single morning. Like literally I've had that for breakfast since I've lived in this flat. And to make that I use these yogurts. So I got one of the, oh, this is plain. I thought I'd ordered coconut. Oh, okay, well, normally I order a coconut one. This is the plain version, and no wonder it tasted weird. I had this earlier and I was like, this doesn't have much flavour. That's why, because I ordered the wrong one. Okay, so I've got a plain one, and then I've also got the vanilla one, which is so good. I think this tastes just like the kind of Müller yogurts, you know, that vanilla yogurt. So amazing. So I got two of these. These will last me 2 weeks. I literally go through one of these a week. They're $1.50 each, so really it's not that bad when you divide it up how much I'm eating each day. Tastes good, make my breakfast taste good. That's why I picked up these. It's actually bad. I feel a little bit out of breath just from getting up to put the stuff away in the freezer. But the next thing that I got is some hummus. This was £1.20, which I think is kind of expensive for hummus, to be honest, but this is the cheapest one they do. This is the reduced fat hummus. Wasn't intentional, again, I just get any hummus. I have started taking this into lunch some days a week because, like I said, I'm really running out of ideas. So I'll take some like carrot sticks and hummus, or whoops, or I'll put this in a wrap and take it into work that way. So grabbed one of those. And then speaking of carrot sticks and hummus, I got a big old bag of carrots. I think these were like 59p. So this will probably last me a couple of weeks. I find that these keep really well. Like I said, I'll take these in as they are for like carrot sticks and hummus, but I'll also cook these and have these with like roast dinners, etc. So got some of those. And then I also picked up a cucumber for 60p. And the same with the carrots. I will take this in to dip in some hummus. I then also got a couple more vegetables. So I've got some mushrooms. These are actually open, so they're currently trying to fall out. These were 82p, which I think is so cheap. This Redmere Farms brand at Tesco is always so affordable. So if you shop at Tesco, I recommend. They taste the same. I feel like they're the same quality, just for a cheaper price. So like, why would you pay more for the same thing? But yeah, I put mushrooms in absolutely everything. Love them. We'll get through these very quickly. And then the same with these peppers. I will get through these so quickly. I think these were like 90 something p. You get 3 peppers in a pack, and yeah, I love peppers. Fajitas, curries, literally probably any dinner I make, I put some sort of pepper in it. So grab these. And then finally for fridge stuff, I picked up some apples. So these are Braeburn apples. These were £1. To be honest, these are not my fave in the slightest. I like a Gala apple myself, but these were on offer, and I just find apples expensive. Like, I always associate apples as like a cheap fruit, but in reality they're like £1.50, £2 for like 6 apples. In my mind that just seems expensive. Maybe it's just me, but these were £1, so I picked these ones up, and I mean, they're still apples, so I'm not going to hate them. Okay, so now moving on to the kind of dry items. I got quite a few canned things. So I did the 2 for £1 offer with a lot of my canned beans. So I got 2 cans of black beans, I got 2 cans of green lentils, and then I also got 2 cans of chickpeas. Like I said, I like to stockpile these because they are so heavy, and I don't want to walk with these on my back from town if I buy them in town. So that's why I always stock up with these when I order online. And then I also grabbed a couple of cans of kidney beans, but these are only 30p each, so they're not in that 2 for £1 deal, because that wouldn't be very like cost effective. I also got 4 cans of baked beans. These are the no added sugar baked beans. I mean, I'm not really that fussy. I used to be super fussy on baked beans and be like, I only eat Heinz, but then I realised that they literally all taste the same. So grab these. I'm pretty sure this was £1 for these 4. And then I also picked up a can of coconut milk. This was 80p and I use these in like curries mainly. I then stockpiled on these soy milks. I think I got 6 in total. These are 85p. They're the cheapest drink they do. I'm not really that fussy. I used to get the Tesco value one, which I actually prefer the flavour of, and it was cheaper, but they seem to have stopped selling that, which I'm not happy about, but this one does the job. I'm really not fussy. I feel like if you're like quite sensitive to soy tastes, if that makes sense, I wouldn't recommend this one. I feel like it can be quite strong. But yeah, like I said, I don't really care. I then picked up some oats. Like I mentioned before, I've been having overnight oats every morning for breakfast, so I've been working my way through these, and this was only 75p. I also always put some raisins in my breakfast, so I grabbed some more of these, and these were 160. I then picked up some spaghetti. This is the Hearty Food Company brand, which is so cheap. Literally this was 20p, which I just think is crazy. Spaghetti and pasta in general are another one of those things I just don't see the point in spending more money on. Like literally they only have one ingredient pretty much, so I'm sure most spaghettis and pastas that you buy are going to be the same, so I always go for the cheapest option, so I grabbed that. To go with the spaghetti, I also picked up some vegan soya cream. This was 85p. This is not something I get on a regular basis, but I've got some friends coming down at the weekend and I thought I could make like a nice creamy mushroom garlicky pasta, so that is why I picked that up. The final few things I've got are some more vegetables, but like store cupboard, not fridge vegetables. So I've got some onions. These were 85p. Again, use these in most meals that I make. Got some garlic. This was 59p. This is actually not something I buy very often because I'm really lazy and I just hate chopping garlic and I hate my hands smelling like garlic, so I will usually use like powder and different things other than actual garlic itself. But I figured if I was going to make that creamy spaghetti, it would probably taste best with fresh garlic, so that's why I picked those up. And then finally I got a big old bag of potatoes for 125. This is a lot of potatoes and it's going to take me a while to get through, but I'm sure I'll get there. With these I will make chips, I will make mash, I will make roast potatoes. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty proud of my roast potatoes, I will admit that. I think I make a mean roast potato. But yeah, I think I'll probably take at least a couple of weeks to get through them. But that is everything I have bought for this month's shop slash this week's shop. Like I said, I will probably do a top up next week or in a couple of weeks time. I do also have a lot of things in my cupboard and my fridge and my freezer already, so this isn't kind of everything from scratch, if that makes any sense. I hope I haven't rushed through this video too much because of the fact that I'm on my lunch break and I need to get back to work ASAP. I hope you enjoyed this sort of video. Let me know if you want to see more of these. I have some more sort of like recipe videos and food videos planned for the future because I love food and I love making videos about food. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!